I've been really excited about the upcoming Ram HD True 5th Gen. And I remember back in 2019 when I picked up my Ram 3500, a lot of people were asking me, when do you think they're going to actually do a true redesign of the truck? I had said, guessing, maybe 2023. And here we are in 2024, and there doesn't look to be any changes for 2024 that you can really be excited about. Now listen, don't get me wrong, this has been one of the greatest HD trucks of all time. From the Cummins engine to the best-in-class interior, and having available options like air suspension that GM and Ford cannot compete with. But for 2024, this truck is still rolling with the same transmissions, and from what I've seen on the spec sheets, no gain in horsepower and torque for the Cummins or the Hemi. And pricing is $86,110. Now this truck does not have a center console, it does not have a sunroof, and if you don't remember, for 2023 for Laramies they took away the fender flares, which I thought was kind of weird. So there's three things I think Ram needs to do for 2024 for the Ram 2500s. Number one, normally I end with this, but today I'm going to start with it. And you guys know exactly where I'm going. Payload capacity. You see that? 2,144 pounds. And surprisingly, that's actually higher than I've seen in the past. That's actually pretty darn good. But typically, if you get a mega cab, long bed, whichever configuration, you can't get them together. But if you get one or the other, mega cab or long bed, center console, sunroof, dual alternator, spray and bed liner, fifth wheel. Actually, this one does have the fifth wheel prep package, but all of these options would probably make that number closer to like 1,800 pounds. And don't get me wrong, 2,100 pounds is not good at all. And the reason why is because Ram will not, for the life of them, increase this number. 10,000 pound gross fuel weight rating. And let's go ahead and talk about this too, since we're down here. 6,040 pound gross axle weight rating. GM's gross axle weight rating on their 3/4 ton is around 6,600 pounds. You also now can get a max trailering package with a GM truck, which really makes buying a Ram truck really hard, especially for someone like me. If I needed to buy a truck today and I went to a Ram store and a GM store and all they had was 2500s, I would get the GM because the payload on these trucks is just too low. My fifth wheels pin weight is 2,300 pounds, so that puts me over, and when you add my family, my gear, all that other stuff, I'm over by like probably 700-800 pounds. Number two, cab and bed configuration. A lot of people want Ram to add the half-ton cab to the trucks, and I think they should do something. I don't know if that's the answer, but the mega cab, in my opinion, is great. If they redesign it, make it a little bit wider, make it a little bit taller, give it a little bit more legroom, you know, up front, I think that the mega cab would be fine. However, this bed, 6'4". This is the smallest bed in the HD segment. Ford has a 6.75 inch bed. GM has a 6'10" bed. And obviously, having a little bit longer bed would give you a little bit more clearance depending on how they set up the fifth wheel prep package in that bed. So I think a 7-foot bed would be amazing. I mean, if they want to go that bed, maybe a 6'11", you know, that'd be great. And like I said, if they restyle and make the mega cab a little bit more appealing to the eye for some people, I don't think it looks that bad, and they give it a little bit more space, a 6'10" or 11, 12, I don't know, a 7-foot bed mega cab truck would look amazing. And I think that that's the only thing that Ram needs to do. Like, I'm pretty sure for 2025 we're going to see a brand new Ram truck, and you better believe if they redesign it, I'm buying it. I'm going to order a Ram truck when it does come available for 2025, if they redesign it, that is. But this bed is too small. I've owned this exact configuration back in 2018, And although I did have enough clearance for my fifth wheel to keep me comfortable, I did hit my cab twice. Number 3, and this is my final point, pricing. Right now, currently, Ram is the most expensive HD truck based on their options. If I were to get a Ram truck, I would get air suspension, whether it be 3/4 ton or 1 ton, because on this truck, it does have air suspension, as you guys saw. They have coil springs if you don't get the air. And if you do get a 1 ton single rear wheel, they don't give you overloads. So you kind of need the air suspension when compared to a Ford or GM truck. So these trucks have some of the best options. However, it does make the truck a lot more expensive. Their night edition is absolute fire. I don't think that Ford or GM can compete with this blackout. Like, it is amazing. And the problem with this truck is it's too expensive. The next one I get will probably be a limited, because that's what I had on my 2019, and it's probably gonna be a $107,000 truck. But you know, maybe by then I would have been able to swallow the fact that that's kind of where we're going in the marketplace. I know a lot of people are upset about the pricing, but even on the lower trim levels of some of the trucks today, they have a lot of standard equipment. So I do understand on the lower trim levels the price increase, but on these trucks, they've always been nice. So I don't understand why they're 10 to 15 grand more when you compare them to 4 years ago. And so that's the issue I have with this truck. Is this is an $86,000 truck, and it's missing some equipment. Like, I just noticed it doesn't have clearance lights. By the way, out west, it's pretty common to see HD trucks without clearance lights. Why is that? When I made my way west, we were full-time RVing, I noticed that more and more the further we went west. And at every dealership I go to, typically, unless it's like a special order, there's another one. Like, they don't have clearance lights. I would never buy an HD truck without that, or I'd have it done at the dealership and have them install it. But again, pricing on these trucks is insane, especially with this missing a few options that even I would want. Now, you guys notice in this video, I did not talk about engine and transmission, and here's why. A lot of people want Ram to have a 10-speed Allison transmission. And let me be the bearer of bad news. See this right here? This is my Chevy Silverado 3500 with the 10-speed Allison. That is not a true Allison. So GM actually designed and built this transmission. Allison gave them the stamp of approval to use their name. So they trademarked this as an Allison, but it's not really an Allison. So if you want one for this truck, it has to be a 6-speed. And if you don't remember, 2019 and earlier GM trucks used that transmission, and they were limited to the towing capacity. So that's why GM decided to go with their own 10-speed transmission. Now, with that being said, this Ram and this Cummins, it does not need 10 gears. It really only needs 2. I feel as though the power delivery is so great in this truck that it only needs like maybe 1 gear between 4th and 5th personally. I think that's like the only place I've ever noticed I wanted 1 more gear when I towed with this truck in the past. But I hope this video was helpful. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section, so let me know by saying what you would like to see Ram do for 2024, whether you would like them to do a new cab, or whether you would like them to maybe give the truck more horsepower and torque. Let me know in the comment sections. See you guys soon.
Now, in case you were interested in seeing the window sticker, I want to just leave it here at the end. This is the base price for this truck. One thing I forgot to mention in the video as well was they did add halogen headlights for 2023. So LEDs are an option. So you'll see that over here. But diamond black paint was a $200 ad because it is a pearl paint there. And then here's a few of the things added. And you can see under the Laramie Level 1 equipment group, you have the LED headlights right there, parking sensors, and then that 6.7 Cummins was $96.95. Air suspension is there. That hasn't really gone up in price over the last 3 years or so, so that's pretty good. Destination comes in at $18.95 with a total price of $86,110.